Hi, I'm Tim Ryan.
I'm Kate.
And we're here to tell you a little bit about our story and how our little Lily came to be. A few years ago, Kate and I started our journey in trying to have a baby. And, I think like everybody, you start off and somewhat assume that things are going to go as normal and as is planned. But as a few years went by and as many of our friends started having babies, we started to get a little bit concerned and say, why isn't this happening the way we anticipated it to be?
Yeah. So we were referred to a fertility doctor. Did lots of tests and blood draws, and basically I was told I have a low ovarian reserve, and kind of threw us through a loop, right? Didn't really know what that meant, what to expect, why that happened, and so we started with some IUI treatments, and we did 4 IUI treatments. All didn't work, and so then we were in the process of getting ready. We were recommended to do IVF, and we got all the medicines. We got everything ready to go, and we were hesitant.
Yeah. So I think there was a day where all the medicines had finally arrived, and it was summertime, and I remember Kate opening the box and lots of needles, lots of medicines, and a couple $1,000s later, we're staring at this box of injections, basically. And I'll never forget the day that Kate actually looked at me and said, I don't want to do this. And I think that was a pretty emotional day for us, actually.
Yeah.
Because
it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And I also don't feel like we were really supported through.
Yeah,
that
I think
process.
you read a lot about, hey, this is what you're supposed to do, and so we kind of thought that's what you're supposed to do, but I think we agreed that we would take a couple months to see what other options were potentially out there, and so Kate did a lot of research, and
Yeah. And I was doing acupuncture at the time, and obviously talking to her about everything, and she referred me to Dr. Jen, and so I immediately went home and talked to Tim about it, and we made an appointment.
So that part of the journey starts something different,
Yeah.
right? So you found this person online, and we watched some of the videos that were out there, and there's a lot of legitimacy to it. And I think we came in and we saw Jen, and I remember the day too, which is there was a lot of positive energy when we came into the office. There was a lot of looking at our charts and saying, hey, from what I can see, things there seems to be a pretty solid chance here that things could go positively. So it was very different. But to back it up, I think once we made that decision to come to Jen, we told our doctor in our final visit about what we plan to do, and we still laugh about that experience because we kind of got laughed at by our doctor, and he said, okay, well, we'll see you in a couple months then. With a very snarky, when that doesn't work, we'll come back. And some of the remarks he made was, guys, this is science. This is a numbers game. We're proven here to have done this. All of which are likely true, right? From a sheer statistics number. But what he didn't talk about was all the IVFs that had not panned out. And it's funny because he said, well, hey, if that doesn't work and you're still interested in doing something alternative, he handed us this Chinese medicine card that said, you can also call this guy. And so that left us pretty bitter taste in our mouth about him in general and about the process in general. So, we left that office, we came to Jen, And flash forward a couple of years, and
we have an almost 2-year-old, and but yeah, no, I want to emphasize the positive atmosphere, and just really, I feel like once we started talking to Dr. John, I understood more.
Yeah.
Wasn't as confused, understood why we were doing what we were doing and what it was helping with, and yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.